Luca tries to make a pull-up. Oh no, Luca, you tried your best, but now you have a contraction. Well, maybe I can run, he thinks. Well, now you can't even run. Luca goes home, sad, and he thinks, actually, I know what I should do. Just give up. Well, at least I tried my best, and that's what's important, yeah? After all this failure, goes to the bed to cry. Well, maybe even sports is not for me, and he doesn't do anything to change it. Lucius. Lucius used to have the same problems, but he didn't give up. He just thought, why I have these problems? Lucius started his research in the internet. He searched for scientific papers, he watched videos like this, and at the end he finds a solution. Actually, the only thing I needed was just magnesium. It was that simple all the time. Well, it makes sense because I've been having problems sleeping and I've been stressed all these days. And he starts eating magnesium-rich food, starts supplementing, and he feels less tense, more alert, more relaxed, and at the end, sleeping like a baby. 80% of the population lacks magnesium. 80%. That means if you are a normal person, eating like a normal person, you lack magnesium. And never trust this thing of the 80% of the population lacks magnesium. Not because 80% is a bad number, just because they use what is considered a normal level. And a normal level of magnesium usually is the average of the population, and the average of the population lacks magnesium. So, pretty surely it's not 80%, it's more, because what is considered a normal level is usually a lack of magnesium. So, in a nutshell, what is magnesium? Magnesium is one of the cheapest, safest, one of the substances with the most benefits. The body has 60 grams of magnesium between bones and muscles, and is essential for over 300 reactions in the body. And don't get distracted, because it has a lot of benefits. It helps to relax the muscles, because it reduces the lactic acid on them. It balances the renal system, because it also moves the calcium out of the kidneys. It strengthens the teeth and bones, because it's necessary for the calcium and the phosphorus to be fixed on the bones. Remember that the bones are more complex than just calcium. I told you it's important for 300 reactions in the body. So, if you're having hormonal problems, that including menstruation pain or menstruation problems, that pretty surely will help you. It also helps to have a good digestion. Saliva also contains magnesium, so a good level will help you to have a better digestion. One of the most important things about magnesium is that it's important for relaxation of the muscles. So, if you have arrhythmias or you have a high pressure in blood, also it can help. And talking about relaxation, if you're pregnant, it relaxes the uterus, so it reduces the risk to have a premature birth. It balances the pH of the body. It's even important for the people with diabetes. It participates in the balance of the sugar in blood. And you like to have a good mood? Because I like it. And I love serotonin because it makes me feel nice. So if you've been having a stress, try to take magnesium. It's important to consider that the stress lowers your levels of magnesium. So every time you're stressed, you're having less magnesium, and that makes you more stressed, and you have less magnesium, and the circle continues. And last but not least, it improves the sleeping quality. More specifically, the REM sleep. Quite an impressive list, yeah? I don't think there's a lot of drugs in the pharmacy that gives you all these benefits. But don't go running and take the first pills you see in a pharmacy or in a store. It can cause you some problems. I will talk about that later. It's also important for the brain function. 300 to 400 milligrams a day helps to protect and maintain the hematoencephalic barrier and reduce stress. And if you take it 1 hour before sleep, it reduces the activation of the sympathetic system, the thing that makes you have stress or be in that fight or flight mode. By the way, not all magnesiums are the same. And this video is not sponsored by anybody, so we don't win anything by selling you anything. Shit! And I'm doing all this research and work for nothing! Sorry for that. So if you feel tired, and you have contractions, and you feel a bit unstable in your mood, I just can recommend the next type of magnesium because the forms are more absorbable. The citrate, glycinate, aspartate, thiourate, and threonate. Where the threonate is the best for brain functions. For a better learning, better sleeping, it improves mood, it lowers the anxiety, and lowers the pain for the nervous system. And the worst are the carbonate, sulfate, gluconate, and oxide. Remember I told you to don't buy the first magnesium you see in the pharmacy or the store? Well, it's because of magnesium supplements such as the carbonate, chlorate and gluconate on oxide and the citrate from salts will draw some water into your gut. That will cause you some diarrhea. So maybe is that what you want? But I don't think it's the goal all days. I prefer to have some better muscle and cognitive function in my case. So, in conclusion, if you need to go to the toilet, just take oxide or carbonate of magnesium. It won't give you more benefits than that. The body can't almost absorb it. For the rest, to make it simple, I recommend glycinate and citrate if you feel your muscles tight or you're having muscular pain, etc. because it's important for relaxing the muscles. And I recommend the threonate of magnesium if you wanna sleep better and you wanna have better cognitive functions or reduce stress, because the threonate of magnesium, it can pass the barrier of the brain. So, depending on what you need, take one or another. Important information will be in the description, and if you wanna learn more, and don't be pulled by the strings of the pharmacist, you can subscribe and give a like. And remember, never trust someone who sells you the solution when you are already sick.